Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart. I think it's okay to say Happy New Year because it's still in order, guys. Welcome to another year of 2023. And this year, the word for us here at Uniquely Me is hope. And so I just want to share that with you. Guys, today I have an awesome woman, a unique woman with a unique story, sharing her trauma, her struggles, but definitely her triumph. I'm talking about Janice Clarke-Depoy. My God, this woman's story is going to leave you sitting on the edge of your seat. And I'm sure you can see her on screen. So let's take it away and say, welcome, Janice.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
So good to have you, Janice. So good to have you. Well, Janice, I can see obviously, well, you're Jamaican living overseas, but how you got overseas is a little bit of an amazing story how you found your husband, and that's where I want to jump right in. Tell us about your love story.
Well, we met on a dating site. I was in Jamaica. You know, as I said, the struggles was real, going through a rough time, but I was praying and asking God to send me a husband. I said, God, I need somebody who have the desire to serve you, somebody who will accept me for whom he is. And, you know, and I prayed about it because when the struggles get rough, I don't see any way. I just have to turn to God and wait patiently.
Yeah.
And one day I have a friend live in Portland and she said to me, call me. And she said, I want to put you on the dating site. I said, I don't have any money to come to Portland. She said, I will send you $2,000 for your fare. And she sent the money to Western Union and I went to Portland. She hooked me up on the dating site and I was there and she said, I have to, it's two sides. One, that persons who really interested, they pay their money and I have to say what I want. And in the request, after she put me on the site, I said to her, type in that I need a husband, not a player, but a person who will accept me for whom he is and a person who desire to see God. I just laid the card on the table, what I was looking for.
Yes.
And when I go back home, a week after she called me and she said, Janice, this man seems really interesting because him not stop text and wonder if you're gone with a next boyfriend, him not hearing from you. And I said, let him stay there and text. If he's interested, then we will know. And then for 1 month, about a month, she said the gentleman text back again and said, give her this number because when I look in her eyes, there is something good about her and I'm not giving up.
Wow.
And that's where the story begins. He got my number and he called and that's when we started talking.
Wow. How long have you been married?
7 years.
Wow, girl. Awesome. Your story is definitely one of hope, indeed. Because, sometimes when you go on the dating sites, they don't always work out, but your story is a story of hope. Are you happily married indeed?
Yes, I'm happy. None of us is perfect, but he's a good husband. He's what I asked God for.
Bless God, bless God. So, Janice, your story, like I said, I really know I'm cutting the chase and just going straight in. Because when I did my research on you, I see where you started. You talked about growing up in church, but you talk about the times of backsliding, and that kind of thing. Share with us what would have led to that backsliding? What would have led to you, leaving the church, or should I say leaving the Lord? What was it?
The thing that caused me to leave, sometimes you're in the church and nothing going on. You're young and everything is just going backward. You don't have the support and all of that from church families and from the people who you love and look up to. Those are one of the reasons I said, well, I'm here and nothing not going on, so I'm going to take it back to the street, go back into the world. But it didn't worth it because nothing didn't change. I was still going through until I decided that I rather to suffer with God than to suffer with man.
Yeah. My God. So, I see where you had shared about your nursing journey. You're a nurse by profession?
I didn't complete.
Okay.
Right.
Um, So we want to talk about, you had a life-changing experience while overseas, Janice. And I'd love for you to see if you can recount what happened in that life-changing experience, if you can recount the day and the various damages and stuff, what really happened and the miracle that God worked for you.
It was a lot. Even before the accident, I was going through, like, my husband have one son, but he didn't like me. So he would say negative things, but his father, he doesn't live with his father, but his father, my husband, support me as a husband should support a wife. He love his son, but he have to let him know in place. So, sometimes I would feel discouraged, but he encouraged me and said, this is my house, this is your house, this is not for my son. I give what to him, that what is due to him. So don't worry about him. And he always encouraged me to stay focused, to stay positive, and don't listen to what the negative that his son have to say about me.
That's beautiful.
That's good. But then the experience with the accident, for me, what I can say right now, recovering daily and the journey, I would say the process is painful, but it's necessary for the glory of God.
Hey, my God. The accident. So persons probably heard you just, into the accident. Tell us about the accident, Janice. What happened?
I was coming from Detroit airport with my sister-in-law, my brother. We went to pick up my brother, her cousin, and her 3 children, which is my niece and nephew.
Yeah.
I can remember on our way back from the airport, we were driving looking for food, some place to get food like McDonald's, and all those places was closed.
Yeah.
And then while I was there, my sister-in-law cousin was in the front. I was behind the passenger seat. My niece sit in my lap and she was sleeping. My brother was behind his wife, that's my sister-in-law, and his son was sitting in his lap. But on the journey, I can remember I was taking a nap, and then I wake up and I started to pray, and I was asking God to cover us from every danger seen and unseen. I didn't know what was going to happen or if something was going to happen. I just find myself started to pray for blood coverage over us.
Yeah.
And then in the midst of the prayer, I hear a sound, boom. And I hear a voice say, you're dead now, left your family. And I know nothing more.
Yeah.
When I wake up in a ditch.
Yeah.
And I say, thank you, Jesus, for my life.
Right.
And I hear screaming all over the place, people screaming. And a lady asked me, Mama, are you okay? I said, thank God for my life, but I can't move my legs.
Yeah.
And she said, the ambulance and the police is on their way.
Right.
And I can remember while lying there, the police came and he kneeled down and he rested my head on his knee. And he was asking me my name, my date of birth, and everything. And I tell him. Then the ambulance came, and I can remember when they lift me up to put me on the ambulance, that's when I start to feel the pain. I realized that my left leg was swelling. It was so much pain. And they put me over the fence and put me in the ambulance. 2 of us was in one of the ambulance.
Yeah.
But before that, I hear my nephew crying, and I was asking, where is my daughter?
Yeah.
And telling the lady to go and look for my nephew. And I said to her, where is my daughter? And she said, don't worry about your daughter. Yeah. We're going to take care of all of you guys. And I said, okay. When in the ambulance, they're saying to me, my name, asking me my name, my date of birth, telling me to hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
The last thing I remember, when I get to the hospital, they ask my name, my date of birth, I give it to them. And the last thing I remember, they cut my clothes off. Yeah. When I wake up in ICU. They said for 2 days in ICU. I wake up on the 3rd day. Wow. When I wake up, I still didn't know what was happening. But I know that they're swabbing my lips, nothing to eat, nothing to drink. I was so thirsty. I was asking for water. They said no. I was asking for Pepsi. They said no. I
Yeah.
still didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But I can remember on the fourth date in the ICU, I can remember the doctors. I saw 7 doctors.
Yeah.
My husband was there, my daughter, my sister-in-law, and my husband's friend and mom. So they
Yeah.
were there talking, and I was saying, I don't want to do another surgery because I hear they're talking about surgery. Didn't even realize that I have already done a surgery. But I'm telling them I don't want to do another surgery. I was
Yeah.
looking at everybody on the ward to tell me not to do it, but no one would respond and say anything. I remember when one of the doctors said, if she don't do it, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
The other doctor said, and if she do it, it's 50-50. I still didn't realize what they were talking about because I'm there, but I wasn't conscious that much to understand everything.
Right.
And they asked me, one of the doctor that say, if I don't do it, it's 50-50. He said he has done a surgery like mine before,
You're
and he's
right.
going to take the chance.
Yeah.
And they asked my husband, what should they do? What is this decision? And he said to them, do the same thing that you guys would do for your wife.
Wow.
And he signed that paper. After
Yeah.
the doctor left, because they're going to prepare to come back for me. After they left, I called the nurse and I said, nurse, come here. And she come to me and I said, tell me the truth. Is something wrong with me or they want these young doctors to practice on me? And she said, no, these are the best doctors the hospital have they assigned to you. You have internal bleeding. And these are the best doctors the hospital have they assigned to you. After the nurse left, I said, God, everything is out of my hands. You are in control.
Amen.
Assign your angels to my side to be my nurse. You be my head surgeon because I don't want to die. Those are the words I said to God.
Yeah.
And I can remember they come for me and they take me down to the operating room where there was a lot of doctors and they push a camera down. And I could feel when the camera coming up.
Yeah.
And then they bring me back in the waiting area. And then they bring me back in the night to the operating room.
Yeah.
When I get to the operating room, I can remember before they give me the anesthesia, I started to pray. And I said, God, you are my head surgeon. Assign your angels to be my nurse. This surgery is in your hands. And I can remember when they give me the anesthesia and I passed out. My mind was fixed on Jesus during that time. I was at peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the surgery, they said the surgery lasts for 6 hours.
Wow.
But I know God was right there holding the hands of the doctor and doing the surgery himself. After the surgery and they bring me back into ICU. The same night about 12, they find a room for me in the regular ward and they bring me on the regular ward. When I went on the regular ward, I was in so much pain. In the morning, about 6 o'clock, every morning, 7 doctors come to visit me. And they would encourage me. Until one morning, I still didn't know everything that was happening. But one morning, one of the doctors said to me, they give me a pump to blow in, say I have to exercise the lungs. She said to me, you have 12 broken ribs.
Yeah.
1 kidney died. Part of your pancreas removed. Part of your esophagus removed. All your spleen removed. Liver bruised, lungs bruised.
Yeah.
So you have to try and help yourself. It's hard, but you have to exercise the lungs. I have drain number 1 in my side and drain number 2.
Yeah.
And I said, God, I thank you. And the pain was so unbearable. I asked them to change the mattress on the bed because I thought it was the bed. I didn't even realize it was the broken ribs that causing like fire was in my back.
Yeah.
And I was there, and one night I was there and I laid down and the pain was so much and I was asking God to ease the pain. I was telling him, God, I cannot bear this pain by myself. You have to do something and help me.
Yeah.
And I can remember I wasn't sleeping about 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sleeping. I closed my eyes and I was there talking to God. And I can remember I saw a lot of demons. They calling their names and fighting for my body.
Whoa.
And while I was there, my sister-in-law, grandmother, she was there trying to help me. She was in full white. She was trying to help me. And then her husband come fighting her not to help me. And I was just a God, I need your help.
Yeah.
And while they were there fighting for my body, calling their one another names,
Yeah.
I didn't see the face, but I saw a white gown and I saw hands stretched to me and said, my child, I
Yeah.
was wounded for your transgression. I was bruised for your iniquity. The
Mm.
chastisement of your peace is upon me, and by my stripe you are healed. My child, I'm going to heal you. And
Yes.
those are the words. And that's when every demons disappear. And
Yeah.
those are the words that I hold on to by faith.
Yes.
The next day, I was up moving about with the therapist, and the doctor that do the surgery, he said to me, girl, you're strong. I said, it's not me, it's the blood that gives me strength from day to day that will never lose its power.
Yes.
So at that moment, I know God promises are true.
Yes.
So I wasn't worried anymore because he promised me that he was going to heal me. I know the devil would never tell me that he's going to heal me because his plan was to kill me.
Yes.
So those are the words I hold on to.
Yeah.
During my healing process.
How long did it take you to recover from everything? Because your foot would have been broken too, right? Is that the case?
Yes. I have rods and screws in my left leg.
Wow. How long did...
It didn't take me long to recover. I didn't recover 100%, but it didn't take me long because I take 3 months to make my first step because I was determined.
Wow.
I was determined. After I leave the hospital, in the hospital, I got over 80 injections.
Wow.
I got feeding tube in my neck because when they were taking me back to the operating room, I was feeling so scared. And I asked the doctor, can you do this on the ward? And he said, yes. So they have to put a feeding tube in my neck to give me sodium.
Wow.
So I got the feeding tube in my neck. I got over 80 injections in IV in my belly for blood clot and in medications. The total injection is over 80 that I got. I spent 17 days in the hospital.
17?
17, yes. And then they moved me to rehab. Rehab is where I get my first shower.
Wow.
So when I went to rehab, the lady, the nurse that was assigned to look after me, she said to me, girl, what are you doing here? You have a guardian angel over you. I just read your chart and you shouldn't be here. I said, yes, that guardian angel is Jesus.
Yes.
You know, after she left, I started to cry. I didn't cry because of the pain that I was going through, but I cried to know that God is still alive. After all we've been through,
Yes.
people been through that and I didn't make it.
Yes.
And I cried, I started to give God thanks for my life.
Yes.
And I started to encourage the doctors, the nurses, everybody, and I only spent 5 days in rehab. I tell the doctor, my daughter is home traumatized. There's nobody to help her. I can't stay. He said, you have to spend at least 5 days. And the 5 days, that's where they teach me to bathe, teach me how to put on my clothes and everything. So they send me home with nurse and a lot of equipment to help myself.
But you know what? I need to ask you, what happened to the other persons that were in the vehicle though? Was anybody else as severely hurt as you were?
They hurt, but not severe as me. My sister-in-law didn't get a scratch, just a little cut on her hand. Because she said while she was there was the voice was telling her to stay conscious, stay conscious. You know, the voice was directing her what to do. So her cousin now, that was in the front, her 2 feet, they break.
Yeah.
She have screws and rod in her feet.
Yeah.
From her knee go down.
Yeah.
My brother, he got brain injury. And he was in coma for maybe a month.
Yeah.
But he did survive. But the good thing about it, in the coma, he said he saw a gentleman come to him and give him a key and tell him that he giving him a pass to go back to the church.
My God.
My daughter didn't get a scratch. My niece didn't get a scratch. The smaller niece, she didn't come out of the vehicle. The vehicle flipped from one highway to the other, and she was just standing in there like this.
Oh my God.
Nothing. That was God. My daughter and the other niece said they were on the road because they wrap up in their blanket, traumatized.
Yeah.
And they said they just see a lady in white come and say to them, get up. By the time they get up and go on the side, there's a truck just passed. That truck was supposed to run over them.
Mighty
God and
God.
his angel was on the job.
My God. My God. My God.
The
My
devil
God.
plan, but God shift everything.
Amen. Amen. Just in time, just as you started praying for covering.
Pray for covering.
Did they ever know? Was it that something hit them? Hit the car? What happened? What caused that accident?
Nothing. It was the back tire of the car blow out, and the vehicle just flipped from one highway to the other.
Oh my God. The devil is a liar.
He's a lion.
Purpose, purpose, purpose. How long ago was that, Janice?
2017.
And you are now fully recovered, not true?
Yes, not fully recovered now. Me still have pain here and there, but I don't worry about that.
Yes, yes. Amidst the broken ribs, the kidney, what happened to the kidney? One kidney dead?
Yes, but in 2018, when I went back to do some tests, the doctor told me that it was filtering 15% of urine.
My God. Even though, so one kidney fully all right and the other one start function.
Yes, that's
Oh my God. What are some of the lessons you have garnered out of this, Janice? Having gone through that, what can you now say to persons who think, say, boy, then get one little scratch, one little this, one little that, and them roll over and play dead? What do you say to them? What were some of the lessons you learned?
Wow. I would say it doesn't matter what life throws at you. As my grandmother always said, when I dead, no dash away.
Exactly.
It
Yes.
doesn't matter what life throws at you. Give God thanks.
Yes.
Because in every situation that we find ourselves in, God knows everything, and there's a lesson to be learned. It's either we allow it to break us or we allow it to build us.
Amen.
And my desire was to allow the situation to build me.
Yes.
So I can encourage others who are going through similar or less, whatever they're going through. I can encourage them to tell them that God is able. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter what you're going through. Trust God, because God's words and his promises are true. He never go back on his word.
Amen.
In everything that I went through in the accident, I go through with confidence and joy. Even the doctors, they say they can't understand how I'm going through so much and I'm still happy. I said, because of the grace of God.
Yes, yes.
So sit down and feel sorry for yourself. That's not gonna help. Just cry if you have to cry, but cry unto the Lord.
Yeah.
Because he heard our cry. I didn't go through this by myself. It was God himself that held me to go through this, because it wasn't easy. The process is painful, but it's necessary for the glory of God.
My God, my God. Hey, what an awesome God, sister. My God.
I tell you.
So what have life been since then? What have you been doing now?
Well, I'm not working now, but I try to encourage as much people as I can on my phone. You know, a lot of times people going through situation, and all I can tell them, trust God.
Yeah.
Give everything to him. And I will encourage people. In my spare time, I do like buy stuff and ship to sell. I do that. And in my spare time, I just start to worship. If I feel like I'm going to feel down, I just turn on some music and I start to give God praise. And it just revitalize me, keep me going.
Yes.
So I try to read the word as much as I can, worship God as much as I can, because those are the things that give me, let me feel good, share my testimony with others. It gives me joy to do those things.
Awesome, awesome. 2023. What kind of year you think we should look forward to? What should we do differently as people of God, as women? What should we do differently in 2023?
Well, I would say let prayer and worship become our lifestyle and let the Lord lead.
Yeah.
Because it's so many trials out there, so many tribulations, so many attacks that is coming up against us. It's not easy.
That's so true. Yeah, yeah. Well, Janice, I thank you so much for sharing your testimony. I just wanted to capture your testimony because, girl, your story of hope, your story of resilience, your story of joy and confidence is going to help so many others that's thinking that, it's over. You are just allowing them to realize it's not over because you're able to move. If you don't mind, stand up so that they can see you can stand up now for me, no, sister.
I don't look like one I've been through.
Yeah, exactly. You don't look it at all. But to God be the glory.
Great things he has done. And when I talk about it, if I don't have the pictures to show some people, it's like they don't believe what I'm saying because I don't look like what I've been through.
Yes, yes, yes. My God.
But I give God thanks. I'm grateful.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, my sister, I want to thank you so much again for coming on, for sharing your story. I declare over you health, blessings, prosperity, open doors, an enlarged territory, that the Lord will provide far more platforms greater than this one for you to share your story of God's miraculous healing, of his angelic encounters. I pray for your husband too, that the Lord will continue to bless him and continue to pour out upon him, and that your love union will continue to flourish as that which is spoken of in Songs of Solomon. The Lord bless you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. All right, my sister, you take care and we'll definitely be in touch.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You too, yes.
Well, there you have it, guys. Another episode of Uniquely Me with Simone Stewart. Guys, you don't need to give up, right? Not because what you're going through, how it looks as if you're not going to come out, but you would have heard the woman of God, Janice, sharing her own story of trauma and of triumph and of her quick recovery time. It could only have been God. So for 2023, you don't need to wallow. You don't need to, crouch down and say, well, it's over. Like I've been saying, take those grave clothes on and begin to declare life and begin to declare hope. Of course, if you're looking for someone to encourage you and push you on, I'm sure Janice would be only too happy to encourage you and to share the word of the Lord with you. Until next week, guys, stay tuned for another unique story. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.